Ladies and gentlemen, we back. But before we get started, man, oh man, let's get lit, cuz. Let's get lit.
Hey, yo, you ready? Let's do it.
Come on, guys. Yeah.
Come on. I'm the definition of half man, half drugs. Ask the clubs, bad boy. That's what's up.
Turn me up.
After bucks, crush crews after us. No games, we ain't laughing much. Nothing but big things. Check the hit list, how we twitch. What changed but the name? We still here, you're rocking with the best. Don't worry if I write rhymes, I write checks. Who's the boss? Dudes is lost. Don't
Yeah. We ain't going nowhere. Yeah. What up, guys? What up, Beasley?
Get it right, dog.
What up? Turn me up.
Silence and rep to the death.
We ain't going nowhere, guys.
I survived what I've been through. Y'all got drama, the saga continues. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We can't be stopped now, cause it's bad boy for life. Going nowhere.
What up, guys? Turn me up.
We can't be stopped now, cause it's bad boy for life.
Yeah, nigga, we back. Welcome to another edition of What the Hell's Happening Sports. It's your boy, the one and only NERO. We back in the building, guys. Yes, sir. You already know the vibe. Shout out to BC Peter in the chat right now. My dog, appreciate you. He said, what's the word? And then we here and we live with it, cuz you already know the vibes. It's about to be a quick one. That's why I'm up in the room, not in the setup. I want to get shit out the way, because tomorrow's going to be a lot longer of a stream, obviously. But we got to talk about why tomorrow is going to be longer, obviously. And with that being said, no bullshit. I'm going to just get right into it. Because I tell you, Sunday afternoon it put a smile on my face. And I know it put a smile on Beasley Beater's face. And it put a smile on a lot of other individuals a part of Pats Nation. Because I tell you, man, we got something special going on. In New England, man. It was a tough last couple years. It was being at the bottom. But we finally got the quarterback. We finally got the head coach. And I've said this countless times. We finally have the team and have the right individuals in the right places in this environment to be set up for success for a very long time. No bullshit. So to Robert Kraft, Mike Vrabel, Drake May, and everybody else, truthfully, even Josh McDaniels finally, give it a clap for him. Give it a clap, because I tell you, man, something special is brewing in New England. Now, with that being said, let's get right into it. Yeah, the Pats are back, cuz. You already know. 28-16 final over the Houston Texans in Foxborough Sunday afternoon. The Pats and that defense made CJ Stroud's life a living hell. Give it a clap for them again. Man. Now. Let me actually, before I do anything, put that right there. Word. All right, let's get into the stats, right? We're going to start with the Houston Texans, right? Like I always say, the losing team goes first, the winning team goes afterwards. It's been like that since I've been streaming. I'm getting out of year now with streaming. No cap. This weekend or early next week will be a year. At the end of the stream, I'm going to talk about something real quick as well, but we're almost out of year, y'all. of what the hell is happening in sports, man. Clap it up for me, guys. No bullshit. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to Beasley Beaner. Shout out to God's Reaper. Beasley said, we better win the bowl this year. For real, for enough facts. We better. God's Reaper said, honestly, no matter what happens next Sunday, people are going to shit on the Pats. You lose to back, or you beat a backup. No, exactly. No, they will talk shit, and that's not. And honestly, and Beasley, he got a point because everybody's gonna find some way to hate. They've been hating on the Pats the whole year, talking about the schedule, talking about this, that, and the fourth. You know what I'm saying? So if they fail, to me personally, it's a successful season. It's a successful season in Pats Nation. But to lose to a backup, depending on how the game goes, everybody's going to shit on them. You feel me? Exactly. Like, it's a new week, new excuse. You know? Like, but no, I tell you, yeah, he said this week's a bye week. I hope so. How it looks, how it should be a bye week. It should. But how it could vary, who knows? Because that Broncos defense is not one to play with. And I'm going to give you an actual fact later on after this, right? All right. So, with the Texans, right? CJ Stroud, right? CJ Stroud said we beat a 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers, whatever the fuck he said Monday night, right? All right, you did that, but could you beat a 23-year-old Drake May? Nobody gives a fuck about beating an old man Aaron Rodgers, right? His days are done, respectfully. That's not on Aaron Rodgers. That's on CJ Stroud trying to come at Aaron Rodgers when CJ Stroud hasn't done shit yet. He hasn't done shit. Only thing CJ Stroud has done so far in his young career, he's been in the playoffs every year. Great. He's won 3 playoff games. Great. But every time he's gotten into the divisional round, he hasn't capitalized. And look at the stats right here. He sure didn't do it on Sunday. He sure ain't do it on Sunday. 20 of 47, 42% completion percentage. You're not going to win a game. You're not going to win a football game with 42% completion percentage. I'm sorry. Unless your defense really carries or your running back's going crazy, you're not doing it. I'm sorry, you're not. 1 touchdown, 4 picks. No cap. No bet. Bar. Right, exactly. It don't mean shit no more. It don't mean shit. What up, Sports Tool? You already know the vibe. Shout out to Sports Tool in the chat. You know what I'm saying? By the way, chat, before I continue, if you haven't already, if you tuned in or you tune in later, like the video up, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to What the Hell's Happened in Sports. You already know the vibes. I got shorts, and I got a TikTok also. TikTok's at WTHHS. At WTHH Sports. Go follow that. I'm live on Twitch also. If you're tuning on Twitch, say what's up on Twitch. If you don't follow the Twitch at WTHHS617. Shout out to the 5 viewers so far. Let's run that up. Like, send the live out to your friends and all that. Show some support. All right, continue. You're not going to win a game like this. I don't know what he thought. He thought he ate. Nigga, he thought he ate with that Aaron Rodgers shit, right? He thought he ate. Quite frankly, you should have, if I was CJ Stroud, he should have been like, yeah, the job ain't finished. It's on New England, but the job ain't finished. Fine. But he want to talk shit about Aaron Rodgers, right? Well, I'm going to tell you something right now. You beat a 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers. You couldn't beat a 23-year-old Drake May. And Drake May, if you really look at how everything is, he low-key is the next, in terms of intangibles and shit, he's a mixture of Josh Allen and Aaron Rodgers, right? So now you're facing this new age guy, right? And you can't get it done. You couldn't even get it done in the snow, nigga. No bullshit. Like, CJ Stroud, shut the fuck up and reevaluate your shit. Respectfully. You have to. It don't make no fucking sense with this nigga, like, talking all this shit about Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is going to be in the Hall of Fame. He got a Super Bowl. He hasn't been there in 15, 16 years, but you can't take that away from him. You haven't done shit yet, nigga. Come on, bro. Come on. I had to say something. I had to. I'm going to excuse my language. I apologize, chat. You know what I'm saying? But respectfully, Who the fuck is this nigga? Who is he? Oh boy, he hasn't done shit yet. Come on, bro. All right, moving on. The running backs ain't do shit. Woody Marks, 14 to 17, 14 rushes, 17 yards, and a fumble. Nick Chubb ain't the same no more. 4 for 14. They probably could have used Nick Chubb a little more. No bullshit. He even during the game in his 4 carries, he was hard to bring down in every carry. No cap. Could have did a little something there. CJ Stroud 2 for 11. Cade Stover 2 for 6. Caden Stover fucked up his knee too. So yeah. Hey, shout out to Angel G617. You already know the vibes, cuz. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If you haven't already, bro, subscribe to the channel, cuz. You feel me? All right. Houston for the receivers. Jaden Higgins. I like Jaden Higgins a lot. He could be something next year. I actually like him a lot. I will say, one guy right here in this receiving corps that actually has a bright future, paired up with Nico Collins, is Jaden Higgins. 6 for 59. Dalton Schultz, 2 for 47. Hutchinson, 4 for 44. Harrison Bryant, 3 for 21. Christian Kirk, 2 for 20 and a touchdown. Funny enough, I think I said it. I might have said it last stream. I might have. Maybe I didn't. But yeah. Stephen A. Smith called Christian Kirk Charlie Kirk, which is it's you know, I know he didn't do it maliciously, but when you have a last name like Kirk, you know, people are going to follow that. And by the way, I ain't trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not. Don't think about trying to be funny. But that the people are going to make the same mistake, especially when his name starts with a C. So, you know, Christian Kirk, you know, be prepared because you never know. Woody Marks, 2 for 19. Cade Stover, 1 for 2. Like I said, the catch that Cade Stover had, he messed up his knee. He was done for, and he's probably gonna miss. It looked bad enough that he might not play next year. No cap. We know Woody Marks fumbled. Just looking right here at the Houston fumbles for the defense, right? We're gonna get into their defense. Azeez Al-Shaair had 2 fumble recoveries. Will Anderson had 2 forced fumbles, and Neil Hunter had a forced fumble, and Togiai had a forced fumble. I'm gonna say this. shout out to Beastly Beater in the chat. He said Angel Rat. That's terrible. Come on, bro. All 3 guys, truthfully, all 3 of them obviously are defensive linemen. Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter aren't to be played with. Pro Bowlers. Will Anderson made his first he made his first All-Pro team. First team All-Pro team this year. Shout out to him. These guys are not to be played with. Togiai has emerged. Togiai is going to have a big year next year. No cap. He did well this year. I like his game a lot. I think he's a stud for that defense up the middle. Ingram had a pick. Like I said, Togiai 8 tackles. Henry Tuoto had 8 tackles. Kamari Lassiter had 5. Jalen Petrie had 5. Azeez Al-Shaair 4. Daniel Hunter 4 with the 2 sacks. Will Anderson 3 tackles, 3 sacks. Yeah, I tell you, the defensive line, man, was a force to be reckoned with. No cap. They was. Al-Shaair, he's been in the league since 2019. So it's 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So he's been in the league 7 years. He was undrafted. He was undrafted, but he used to play with the 49ers. He was in the 49ers' first Super Bowl against the Chiefs back in 2019 when he was a rookie. He was there. So he's been a stud, though. He made his first Pro Bowl this year. He's been regarded as the dirtiest player in the NFL at the moment. I like him a lot. And I will say this. He spent time in Tennessee with Mike Vrabel back in 23. I think he's a free agent after next year. No cap. If the linebacker core hasn't really been settled or anything, this is a guy I would like on our team because he knows this defense and he's a violent hitter. We need more. Like, he's tough. Like he knocks the head. Like if you saw what he did to Trevor Lawrence last year, knocked Knock that out of him. No cap, bro. No cap. Nah, he's a dog. He's a dog. No bullshit. He is a dog. But with that being said, bro, I think it's time to get to who really matters. I think it's time. Ladies and gentlemen, the New England Patriots. Yeah. Yeah, these guys. Ah, man. Man. I'm gonna show a couple highlights too. Afterwards. Last time, I got the YouTube messed me up. They censored me and shit like that. So I'm not gonna get crazy with the highlights today, but I'm gonna show a couple big ones. I will. Drake May, the Prince. 16 of 27, 179 yards, 59% completion percentage, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. He was sacked to 5 times, as we know, by Danielle Hunter and by Will Anderson. Right. It happens. Will Campbell had a rough day, but it's tough. With that defensive line, it's tough. It's tough. No cap. Drake May started off the game a little because it rained, but when it started snowing, he had a better grip on the ball. He started completing his passes. You feel me? So, it wasn't again. The last couple playoff games hasn't been the prettiest, but Drake May has prevailed. We'll get into Sunday tomorrow, right? But remember, he's new to this, so he has to continue to grow. But the mistakes, fumbling the ball, have to be limited. Ramondre Stevenson, 16 for 70. Travion Henderson, 12 for 25. Drake May, 4 for 10. He also fumbled the ball 4 times, as we know. He's lost. I think he's fumbled 6 times in the last 2 games. Yeah, you got to chill, Kaj. The receivers stepped up in a big way. Kayshon Boutte. I'm going to show the highlight for this too. 3 for 75 in the touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 4 for 40 in the touchdown. Demario Douglas, 2 for 36 and a touchdown. Austin Hooper, 1 for 14. Ramondre Stevenson, 4 for 11. Hunter Henry, 1 for 5. Travion, 1 for -2. Drake May, he lost both in the 2 fumbles. And in the 4 fumbles, he lost 2 of them. He also, Christian Gonzalez forced a fumble, which Craig Woodson recovered. Carlton Davis had his first 2 interceptions as a Patriot. Mattered at a big time. Marcus Jones had an interception for 26 yards that went for a touchdown, and Craig Woodson had his first career interception as well. To the defense, who made C.J. Stroud's life a living hell, clap it up for them, boys. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. If you've noticed, you got to notice this also. They play. See, Mike Vrabel's defense is more of a zone defense, yes, and they play man at times. I'm not going to hold you. They've played man more, but they've let Christian Gonzalez be on an island. No bullshit. And that is what makes Christian Gonzalez. You got to leave him on the island, right? Just like Ty Law back in the day, just like Asante Samuel, just like freaking Aqib Talib. Take that back. Ty Law, Asante Samuel, Devin McCourty. Can't forget Devin McCourty was a CB. Aqib Talib, Darrelle Revis, and Stephon Gilmore, and J.C. Jackson. I just named you 6 guys that came before. All of them had the qualities to be a man cover corner that can shut certain guys down. I personally believe Christian Gonzalez can shut down anybody in the NFL. Just like Darrelle, just like Christian Gonzalez. If you leave him on an island, if you just have everybody else play a zone or whatever, like what they used to do for Darrelle Revis, right? And I forgot about Malcolm Butler. I apologize, Malcolm Butler. I forgot about him. But if you let Gonzalez on an island like these other guys that I've mentioned, especially Revis and fucking Gilmore. This guy is going to shut anybody in the NFL down. I'm telling you. Now, granted, Nico Collins didn't play, so the game could have gone differently. Yes, that's a fact. That is a fact. But I'm going to tell you right now, even if Gonzalez was on Collins, I'm still taking my money on Christian Gonzalez. I still would. He's that good. He's him. He is, respectfully. He is. And what does it do? It allows everybody else to eat. All these guys ate because of Christian Gonzalez. No cap. And he had a day. He had 9 tackles and a pass deflection. Robert Spillane had 6 tackles and a pass deflection. Anthony Jennings, 5 tackles and a sack. Anthony Jennings, I tell you, he was a starter last year. He's been relegated to a backup this year and rotational rusher. He's been out there. But it says something about Anthony Jennings that they didn't trade him at the deadline, when this is the guy that really should have got traded. No bullshit. He should have got traded. And the fact that Mike Vrabel kept him says a lot about him. It does. Because as you can see, Harold Landry's still hurt. Harold Landry has not been the same since that Saints game with his knee and his ankle. He has not. But when Anthony Jennings has to step up, he has stepped up. No cap. He has. No bullshit. Quick check on the chat. Ellis has been one of my favorite defenders for our team. Where'd he come from? Do you know? So he actually came from, initially he was with Philadelphia a couple years ago, right? But before that, I forget where he went to school. Hold on. I believe, where did he go to school at? Oh, I remember now. He went to Idaho. He was actually an FCS player. So he went to Idaho. But he went undrafted. He started with the Vikings, went to the Eagles, was with the 49ers. He went back to the Eagles, played with them for a couple years, and is now on the Pats. No bullshit. His brother Christian, starting linebacker for the Atlanta Falcons. His actually, funny enough that you mentioned him, Brian. Because no cap, his brother plays on the Broncos. His brother Jonah actually plays on the Broncos. So it's a family affair on Sunday. It's a family affair on Sunday. And another fact, Christian Ellis' father, Luther Ellis, was a Pro Bowler for the Detroit Lions back in the 90s. So he actually played with Barry Sanders. He was there with Barry Sanders. No cap. So yeah, his father was tough too. He was a first-round pick. So it runs in the family, bro. It runs in the family. No cap. But yeah, family affair Sunday. I take my money on Christian Ellis and the Pats. Tell you the truth. Craig Woodson, 5 tackles. Carlton Davis had 4. Jalen Hawkins, had 4, but Christian Ellis also had 3 tackles. Everybody stepped up. Everybody did their favor. Man, this defense has been wrecking havoc. No cap. So a quick highlight for y'all. Let me pause it real quick. I'm going to pause it. I'm going to share the screen. I got to put the volume low, right? Put the volume low. No bullshit. I'm telling you. Yeah, indeed. And I'm glad Beasley said it. R. McDaniel won this week. R. McDaniel. If you didn't know, Josh McDaniel is obviously the offensive coordinator for the Pats. His brother actually coaches for the Texans. He is a wide receiver coach. His brother, his name is let me see. If I remember, let me see. I actually got to search it up because Ben McDaniels. I forgot his name. Ben McDaniels is a wide receiver coach for the Houston Texans. I'm telling you. Family affair, and we got that. Honestly, God's. Before I get into this highlight, right? Let me actually go full screen. That way I don't get caught up, especially on X. Craig Woodson, he reminds me of a young Devin McCourty, but obviously McCourty started at corner, right? He started his career as a corner. But the way how Woodson plays, naturally, he's made mistakes this year. He's a rookie. We understand that. But the way how he's able to find his way to the ball, he got the interception. I think he's had a couple fumble recoveries this year. He's played well. He's had some lapses, especially, on the back end in certain coverages. But wearing the number 31, right? A former number of Aqib Talib, obviously. Travion Henderson has number 32. But when you look at this guy, he just has the look of a McCourty. He does. He has the McCourty look. I like him a lot. I'm excited for him too. He's gonna be something as he continues to grow. What they also have to do, I really think that duo of Jalen Hawkins and Craig Woodson has to be here to stay. So that means that this offseason, Pat's brass has to sign back, has to re-sign they got to re-sign Jalen Hawkins. Jalen Hawkins, man, for a guy that, on the Falcons that, he, was basically kind of written off. They didn't want to play him or whatnot. He's come here and he's done exceptionally well the last couple of years. He was mainly a special teamer last year. Now he's a starter. I tell you, man, that duo needs to stay. That duo needs to stay. No cap. If you want to draft a safety next year, possibly to replace Hawkins in the future, that's fine. That's fine. But at least for another year, keep this duo together. No cap. No cap. Now, to the highlights. I will put sound on it. I'm not going to get flagged because it's going to be quick, but play of the night, obviously. One of the plays of the night. One of the plays, but quite frankly, it was.
Anderson coming off the edge. May steps into it, takes a shot downfield, and caught for the touchdown.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Now, respectfully. Let me get full screen. If you're Derek Stingley, how do you let Kayshon Boutte do that to you twice, bro? How? You let that happen to you last year. You let it happen this year. It's funny. These guys went to college together. Right? They were facing every day in practice. Derek Stingley and Kayshon Boutte at LSU. So I'm telling you, man, Boutte knows the in and outs of Derek Stingley. Because right there, that didn't look like a first-team All-Pro corner to me. That sure as hell did it. And indeed, gods, Boutte is May's man. He really is. One more highlight. I'm gonna look for the Marcus Jones highlight real quick. I'm going to right now. Be patient with me. Be patient with me. How's everybody's day? Everybody had a good day today? Everybody's day was smooth? You feel me? As y'all can see, if y'all check the shorts and the TikTok, I had to shave. I had to freshen up. I was looking real rough. No cap. I was looking like a caveman out there, guys. I was. Oh, actually, you know what? I'll show y'all a few highlights before we get into the Celtics. This right here. Carlton Davis' first interception.
Speed is what I once heard, but it sure does.
This right here is tough. Great ball skills right there. No cap. Nah, facts. I'm already excited for the weekend too, bro. I really am. Let me see. Damn, this Pat's playing. Where the highlights, Kush? Where the highlights? Well, you know what? We're just going to search for it. Real quick. No cap. And here we go. Now, let me pause it.
Picked off!
Let me pause it. I'm going to give y'all some sound. This right here is the defining play that Marcus Jones should have been a Pro Bowler. He was fucking snubbed. Watch.
In trouble. That ball is up for grabs. Picked off. Back the other way, Jones. He is in for the touchdown.
Yeah. I tell you, the crowd, let me continue this. The crowd was really into it. The crowd, man, that New England crowd, man. This is why New England is, bro. Oh my God. New England, when New England is rocking, when the Pats are rocking, Boston in general is a tough place to play. In general, whether it's the Pats, the Red Sox, the Bruins, the Celtics, this Boston is always going to be a tough place to play. Naturally, they're in Foxborough. I know it's outside of Boston. I know, but I tell you, man, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, that crowd was rocking. It was the last game in Gillette this year, and that crowd, man, came all out. To all of Pats Nation, I thank everybody for a great season in New England. But now the job is not finished, and the job continues in the first road to get to the place of glory is Denver, right? It's Denver. Now, I'm not gonna do a preview of Denver's game yet. But the one thing I will say in terms of a pre-preview, 10 years ago on Sunday, the Pats went up to Denver and they lost 20-18 to Peyton Manning and that daunting Denver Bronco defense. 10 years to the day on Sunday. All right? And if y'all remember, Peyton Manning was on his last leg. Frickin' Tom Brady got hit 20 times. It was rough. But Brady still managed to beat Tom Brady and led a game, a comeback, right? They lost, but it was one of those things that, man, imagine if Tom Brady would have played in San Francisco, got to play in the Super Bowl in his home stadium, right, in San Francisco. Well, 10 years later, January 25th, 2026, it is now Drake May that leads the Pats into Denver, and they take on Jarrett Stidham, the former backup to Tom Brady. Jarrett Stidham was in the building. He was on the sideline when Mike Vrabel ended the dynasty back in the 2019 playoffs in the wild card. So, Jarrett Stidham finally has his moment to do something special for his Broncos. First game he started in 2 years. Jarrett Stidham was a backup here. He didn't do much, Josh McDaniels knows him very well, so I do expect Josh McDaniels to really give the in and out to Jarrett Stidham. But with that being said, we're going to wait for more of that tomorrow. That's just a pre-preview. But just think about it. Think about 10 years ago. Think about January 25th, 2016. I want all the chat. If you were there for that day and you watched that game, remember that day. Remember that. Saturday is my birthday. That was the worst. That was one of the sadder birthdays I've had. Hopefully 10 years later, history does not repeat itself, and the Pats do something special and go on to the place of glory. With that being said, clap it up for the New England Patriots. Next. The Celtics. The Celtics, guys. We got the Celtics. Now, this is going to be quick. Oh, go into the chat real quick. It's been huge that Carlton Davis has been amazing this playoffs. No, he has. He stepped it up. I will say, Carlton Davis, he hasn't been a bust. He hasn't been a true bust, but he had somewhat bust material written on him. More so because at times he struggled, but now he's turned it up a notch. He's starting to live up to that contract. He has to continue playing it to that advantage. If he continues to get his hand on the ball, deflections, interceptions, whatever, I'm here for it. I believe in Carlton Davis like I believe in everybody else. Carlton Davis, he's had a great playoff so far. I hope he continues it Sunday. Now to the Celtics, y'all. To the Celtics. Let's start off with Saturday night. We're not going to spend too much on this. 132-106 final. JB, 41 points. I would show the highlights. I don't want to get flagged, but also this is going to be a quick segment, right? 41 for JB. 14 of 30. 6 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal and a block. He did that in the first 3 quarters. He did not play the fourth quarter. Sam Hauser, 10 of 21 from 3 with 30 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal and a block. Neemias Queta, 14 and 7 off 5 of 7 shooting. Also added an assist and a steal and a block. Derek White only had 9 points. No, excuse me. Derek White had 7 points. Only took 4 shots, went 3 of 4, 5 rebounds, 12 assists, 3 steals and a block. He had a great game. He didn't have to score the ball. Crazy, And Baylor Shireman ended up starting. Because Peyton Pritchard was out, rest day for him. 9 points off 3 of 7 shooting, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals. Hugo Gonzalez with 7 off the bench. Anthony Simons, 14 points off 5 of 10 shooting off the bench as well. No more Trae Young for the Hawks. They struggled. It's gonna be a little bit for the Hawks to, really find their footing again. Not crazy because they still have Jalen Johnson, but when Jalen Johnson only scores 12 points, you're not gonna win many games. You feel me? So with that being said, that's it. That's it for Saturday night. When it comes to last night, right? Before I share the screen, I got to pull up the highlight I want to show y'all. No cap. Bear with me. Real quick. Crap. Hold on. All right, there you go. Word. The highlight. Hold on. I gotta find it. All right, here we go. I think I found it. If you know the highlight I'm talking about, you know. But the thing is, when I need it, it don't want to show. Bro. Here we go. I think I found it. There we go. All right, bet. I got it. I'll wait to show it. Word. All right, everybody. Now we're fully back. Okay. So now, last night's game. Last night's game was a tough one. It was a tough loss. Heartbreaker. It was a heartbreaker, no cap. To me, at least. 104-103 final. Last night, the Celtics lost a tough one to the Detroit Pistons in Detroit on MLK Day on national TV. No bullshit. Yeah. Damn. We'll start with the Celtics since they lost. I didn't give a fuck about the Hawks. I didn't give a rat's up about the Hawks. Celtics. Jaylen Brown, another great game. 32 points off 11 of 28 shooting. 11 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block. Sam Hauser, 16 points off 6 of 9 shooting. 5 rebounds and assists. Neemias Queta had 10 points. 8 rebounds, assists, and 3 steals. Only took 2 shots. Made a living at the line. Shout out to Neemias Queta. Great game by him. The story of this one, though, for the Celtics, really, Derek White could not get anything going. 1 of 11 from the field. Had 9 rebounds and 5 assists and two blocks. So everything else was great. Derek White, you have to show up. You have to show up in games, in big games, man. You have to get out of this little slump because at times, Derek White, his shooting has been off. And when he's really needed the shooting, it hasn't been there. No cap. Tough one. He'll bounce back, but yeah, it was tough. Payne Pritchard, 17 points off 5 of 8 shootings, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Luka Garza, 10 points off the bench. Anthony Simons added 9. For the Pistons, Tobias Harris turned back the clock. 25 points off 11 to 20 shooting, 3 rebounds, an assist, and a block. Jalen Duren, 18 and 9. Duncan Robinson, 15 points off 5 or 13 shooting. All 5 field goals were threes. All 15 points were from 5 threes. 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal, and a block as well. Cade Cunningham had an off night. 16 points off 4-17 shooting. Made his living at the line. 8 of 10 from there. 3 rebounds, 14 assists, and a steal and 2 blocks. So everything else was fine. He had a rough shooting night, but ultimately they still got the dub. So great. It was a great game overall. It was a great game overall. It went down to the wire. But this right here was, was the turning point. This was the last play of the game, chat. This right here.
Harris matched up with Brown down along the baseline. There he goes. Jalen operating, fading away for the win. The bounce. No! Detroit
just missed it.
Another look at that final play.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown broke free, got to his spot, rose up, back rim.
Funny enough that Brian Scalabrine was able to call the game. It's good that they had him on national TV. He's still, he's part of NBC as well. The NBC team, besides NBC Sports Boston, he's part of the NBC team. So they had him calling the game. It was nice for him to call the game. It was just tough that they took the L on it, I tell you, man. But with that being said, that's that's it for that. Again, tomorrow is going to be more of a Pats episode. You feel me? We got to prepare. We got to talk more about what everything comes down to on Sunday. The Celtics do play the Pacers tomorrow night at the Garden, so we will recap that as well. So tomorrow's stream will be longer. We're going to start off with the Celtics, then go to the Pats. So again, yeah, short stream. I might go live on Twitch. I might go live on Twitch later on for to game. I might. If I do, I do. If I don't, it is what it is. But if I do, it's going to be some comedy. You already know. But with that being said, I appreciate everybody who's tuned in. Thank you to the chat. Thank you to Beastly Beaner, my dog. Thank you to my guy, God's Reaper. Shout out to him, my dog as well. Excuse me. Shout out to Angel G 617, my dog. All the doggies tuned in. If you tuned in, I appreciate you. To the 5 people that are tuning in right now, I appreciate you. If you are on YouTube, if you haven't already, like the video up, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to What the Hell is Happening Sports. You already know. If you have a friend or whatever, if you want to send this live out to them, send the content out to them, send it. They can subscribe to me. Remember, it's at WTHH Sports on YouTube, on Twitch, at WTHHS 617. If you're on Twitch and you haven't already, say what's up, show love, follow me. You already know the vibes. With that being said, this has been another edition of What the Hell is Happening in Sports. It's your boy, the one and only NERO. Also, one more thing. Follow the TikTok at WTHH Sports. Do that as well. All right, y'all. I'm going to catch y'all later on. I'm about to hop on with Beastly Beaner. You already know the vibes, guys. Peace. I love y'all, and I will see y'all tomorrow on here.